Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Oral Communication Presentations, and I'm Professor Mike. And this week we're going to talk about making a video presentation using PowerPoint. So today I really just want to talk about some tips and kind of show you how to make a professional presentation. I want to also, apologize for all my kind of changes, I guess, this week. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the face-to-face presentations. The reason why is, I think it's kind of obvious, is that every week, there's either a lockdown, some of us can come to school, some of us can't come to school. And the rules are just very confusing. And the last email that we got from the dean of this faculty was we could come to work. We need to show the negative COVID-19 certificate, but also we have to be extremely respectful from the 2-meter social distancing, odstup, that as you call it in Slovak. And I figured that, even having 5 or 6 people in the room, I'm just not going to risk, the health of each and every one of us in this course, including myself. But it's just easier this way. So, having said that, okay, so I'm asking everybody to make a video presentation for this semester. And it's a really good exercise to do a video presentation because eventually you're going to either send your video presentations to other schools, to other institutions, companies. You may not even stay, in the field of science. Maybe you'll move on and open up your own business. But whatever happens in your life, whatever journey that you go on, eventually you are going to have to do either a video calling card, okay, like this vizitka, okay, so you're going to either be introducing yourself, or you're going to have to, explain your results and your research in video format and record yourself and send it, off to somebody. Because somebody out there is going to be interested in what your work is, okay? And for a lot of people these days, especially with this home office concept, where people are working from home, I should say, it's just so much easier to get that video presentation, watch it, and then you can rewatch it as many times as you want. If there was something that you didn't understand, well, then no problem. You can pause it and just play it back and watch it again, okay? If you're like me with YouTube, then you can generate the subtitles, okay? And which is also a great way, even though the subtitles aren't always the best, okay? I see a lot of, you have to speak really clearly for YouTube, to generate the subtitles and get perfect subtitles. But with that said, it's not always the best quality. You're going to see some words and some strange spelling. But nevertheless, sometimes they're extremely helpful. That's why I always actually film the monitor with the subtitles, okay? So that when you watch like Grammar Squirrel or Kevin, okay, Kevin, he has that American accent, or even David J.P. Phillips, okay, when he speaks too. So I always put the subtitles just in case, the speaker is either speaking too quickly, or you just, the accent or their pronunciation is a little bit different from you, or from yours, or from the pronunciation that you're used to listening to. This way you can always stop, have a look at the subtitle and, and you can learn from it, okay? But as I said, I'm not, I'm not like sponsoring some subtitles. I don't want you to think that the subtitles are perfect. By all means, they aren't. But let's say that 70% of the time you will really understand, what the speaker is saying just from the subtitles alone. Okay, so having said that, I'm going to stop rambling so much. I want to show you how to make a video presentation using PowerPoint, okay? And the reason is that, I actually didn't even know how to do this until the first lockdown in March. I knew how to make a PowerPoint presentation. I knew how to set it up, with the monitor and show it in the classroom. That was very easy, and I did that for many years. But then suddenly we had to go online, and I was like, wow, I really don't understand, Microsoft Teams and Zoom and things like that. These were all very strange programs that I suddenly had found myself having to learn really quickly. I mean, I had experience with Facebook, with Messenger and the video call. WhatsApp, also was easy. Even Skype, of course, But those were just phone calls. And I had actually no idea how to really make kind of like a meeting phone call, like a group phone call with 3 or 4 other people, especially like a video call. I have my cell phone with me all the time. I have a smartphone like most of us. And, but it's very, very limited as to how many people can be, on, in the group or on a video call all at the same time. So fortunately, for many years, I've been interested in YouTube a lot, and YouTube I have no problem, endorsing and supporting, because YouTube teaches me so many things. When I don't understand something, then I just go into the search engine and I write something like, how do you make a video presentation? How to make a video presentation using PowerPoint, or just how to make a video presentation. And you click enter and you get all kinds of other, YouTubers, explaining how to make a video presentation using their software, whether it's a PC or a Mac, and they explain everything extremely slowly. So anyway, so from all the stuff that I've learned from YouTube, I'm just going to show you very quickly how to make a video presentation using PowerPoint. So let's get right into it then. Okay, so if you're going to do it in PowerPoint, and I really recommend it, because PowerPoint is already installed in your on your PC, and it's so user friendly. Okay, so as I said, I knew how to always make a PowerPoint presentation. And, I don't always put a lot of detail or anything, because I'll generally use the PowerPoint just for my lectures. And again, the presentation is focused on you and not specifically on the slides, okay? However, if we are going to be online, well, okay, so it can be a little bit harder trying to focus the attention on yourself, okay? Which is not impossible, okay? But if you want to do a little bit of both, have the presentation and yourself, it's quite simple. Okay, so for example, this was the presentation that I was going to do today, or sorry, I shouldn't say presentation, the lecture or the lesson today. I wanted to talk about answering difficult questions, but I think I'm going to leave that until next week, because I think it's more important at this moment just to show you one way of making the video presentation. Okay, so you have your first slide up here, okay? All you really need to do is, if you can see the cursor there, okay, so it's going up, take it all the way up there to slideshow, click it, and then you can record your slideshow, okay? So, all right then. So now I'm recording, and actually there I am. Okay, so I'm filming myself with 2 cameras. So I have actually a camera up here. Okay, so I have one on top of the screen, and I'm using my smartphone to to film the monitor. So basically, there I am, and there's the first slide, okay? And what's great about all this is, I can welcome everybody to my presentation, and of course, I can change the slides, either by clicking right over here on the right, I can either go back and click on the left, okay, something like that. All right, and I'm still there. I'm still in the video format, and I'm talking to the screen and everything like that. All right, so I can, for example, concluding your presentation and so on. If you look here at the bottom, okay, I've got all kinds of colors here. Now I can actually write, like mark things, just as you would do, on your smartphone. If you want to like circle and highlight some things. Okay, so I've got I don't know if you can even see it. There's a red dot. There it is. Okay, so I can start, today's lesson. Okay, so I can just, highlight that, for example. So I can talk about, let's go to page 86 at the handbook, okay? And then I would just, go over to the handbook, okay? But the handbook would have to be actually in the slide presentation, all right? Now, it's not very difficult, okay? These are just like a couple of ways to, like a couple of tips, I guess is what I'm trying to say. When you do your presentation. So if you are doing it, sorry, I keep looking at the phone and I keep forgetting to look at the camera that's recording all of this. So all you need to do, go all the way up here if you want to start recording it. It's going to give you a few seconds. So you hit record, okay. Great. So hello everybody, welcome to Professional Oral Communication. I'm Professor Mike, and today we're going to talk about making a PowerPoint presentation. Actually, I got to be very careful. In fact, actually today, I'm sorry, we're going to talk about concluding your presentation and answering difficult questions. So let's get started, okay? So if concluding your presentation. Sorry, I forgot to remove all this stuff here. Okay, so I can go on with my presentation and highlight a whole bunch of other stuff, okay? Can you remember a time when you had problems, okay? Well, be careful about what you circle. How did you respond, okay, to questions that you just couldn't answer? Okay, so you can also just use the arrows and so on. And then I can go directly into the video. So I can just click on the video. It's not working here. Okay, so yeah, note to self. Okay, the video of a YouTube video won't actually work in the PowerPoint video that we're making. Okay, so in this case, you would actually have to download the video and then upload it to the PowerPoint presentation. All right, so this was our first quick way of of making the video presentation. So I'm just going to go all the way up here, hit stop. Okay, great, all that is done. Okay, and yeah, so all I need to do is go up to the X here. All right. And we're done with that. Okay, so it's recorded. And the next thing I need to do is I want to, convert the video. So I go back to home. I mean, it's just like converting like a Microsoft Word document into a PDF document. So I'm going to export it first over here. Then I go up here to the Create Video. Okay, and you get all these choices. So I can do an Ultra 8, this is a large file, of course, like the 4K. You can go to full. I'm just going to go for the medium file. It's just, I mean, it's low quality, of course. I mean, it's not the best or anything like that. But if I click that on, okay, Also using the narrations and things like that. So yes, I'm going to keep that there as well, okay, because it'll have my voice and any other type of voice or anything like that that I add to it. And yeah, all I need to do is create the video. So that's going to take a few moments, but actually before it goes and converts it, I need to actually put it somewhere. So I'm just going to save it to my desktop. So I click that. Here is the title, Answering Difficult Questions. And it's going to be an MP4, an MPEG-4 video. And all I have to do is save it, okay? And basically, all you need to do, I don't know if you can see it down here. Yes, okay, over here at the bottom. There it goes, okay. So it takes a few minutes, of course, because it's taking everything that I've recorded, which, I mean, that was only like 2 or 3 minutes. It wasn't very long at all. And basically, it's just going to make that MP4 video for you. Okay, so let's just wait for a moment and see what happens. Okay, so it's been converted, and I've just gone back to my home screen, and or to my desktop screen, and here I've got my video, Answering Difficult Questions. So I'm just going to click it, and
Great. So, hello everybody. Welcome to Professional Oral Communication. I'm Professor Mike, and today we're going to talk about making a PowerPoint presentation. Actually, I got to be very careful. In fact, actually today, we're going to talk about concluding a presentation and answering difficult questions. So let's get started.
okay, so there you have it. I mean, it's so simple. That's how you make the video presentation. You're going to have your face there, and then you can have the PowerPoint presentation as well. So the audience, they're watching both of you, so they can see your facial expressions. Okay, it becomes a little bit more personal. And this is just a great way just to, hear your voice and, watch your eye contact and things like that, because it's so easy to, look over. Okay, so right now I'm actually just talking to the image on the phone, and now I'm looking right into the camera. And so after you've made the video presentation, you can see where your eyes are going, okay? So you see all those little errors and things like that. All right, I'm going to show you a quick video of another guy, showing you how to actually use animation, okay? I mean, if you want to get really technical with your presentations, putting animation into a video and having them like move around and things like that, as well as doing a voiceover is incredible. And I'm going to let this guy take over and show you how to do it.
Show you how you can use PowerPoint to create super engaging animated videos that are also called explainer videos. And you can do this yourself as soon as today. It's going to be super easy and super fun to do. And the reason why we do this in PowerPoint, I want to show you that it's also possible to do this with a presentation software. And the really cool thing about PowerPoint is that it's very user-friendly. And on top of that, many people already have it, so you don't need to buy like any extra software. And many of you actually used it before, so you're quite familiar with the idea of slides, slideshow, animating each element in particular, and things like that. So it's going to make the whole thing much easier. Now, as a personal preference, I would recommend you use a video editing software because it has much more features and much higher quality for the video. But, if that's too much for you and you don't want to spend money or you don't want to learn video editing software, I totally understand that PowerPoint is going to work just fine. However, I want to mention that this is not going to work on Macs for some weird reason. PowerPoint on Mac is not able to export the video at the end, to export the slideshow as a video with any audio. So it will export the video just fine with all the animations and everything, but it will have no audio, which is super weird. If you do this on Windows, that's perfectly fine. It's going to work, no problem at all. And I know it's a bit ironic because I'm recording this tutorial on my Mac, but I've tested this on a Windows machine and it works just fine. It's just that I personally use Macs and it's much easier for me to record this on my Mac rather than do it on a stranger's computer. All right, but if you have a Mac, have no worries at all, because in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can do the exact same thing using Keynote, which comes pre-installed with Mac, so you're covered. All right, so first of all, let's watch this quick video that I made. It's like a 20-second video. It's super easy and super basic because I wanted to show you, I wanted to show you more of the process so you can understand this on a concept level, rather than spend a lot of time, choosing the right colors for this, choosing the right font that works with my brand, making sure everything is aligned perfectly. You can do that yourself for your own videos. And in this video, just learn the concept and then you can focus on the fine details later. All right, so let's have a quick look. This is Edward in a very generic video animation. He's working super hard to protect you from evil forces. So whenever you go online on the internet, open an email or download some files, you are protected from evil hackers that are trying to steal your information by literally phishing your username and password from your laptop. All right, that's pretty cool and pretty fun. Let's get started. If you're already here, I hope you already have a script, a voiceover, and I really hope you haven't skipped your storyboard step for this video. So this short video is going to have 5 slides. So I'm just going to create all those 5 slides here. And what we're going to use in PowerPoint to make such a cool animation is we are going to use GIF files or GIF files. I never knew how to pronounce that. But anyway, so a GIF is basically like an animated image. It's available widely and you can find a lot of them online. But if you go for like high quality stock GIF files, you're gonna get characters doing all sorts of actions, icons, and they all come with a transparent background and usually loopable like this. Those are from Videoplasty. We're gonna get to that in a minute. And you can use basically with any background. As you can see here, it's a black background. All right, so let's just minimize this. So we already know from our storyboard and from my own preparation before making this tutorial is what I want to use in which slide. So for the first slide is the guy waving his hand. I'm just going to use the loop version. All right, drop it there. You can also add some text if you want to. Oops. So let's just, move it there. Delete this one. Select all of it. I'll just make it bold. Change the font to something else. I don't know. Play around with it. This is Edward. In the next one, the character is working really hard. And this is the GIF that I want to use. Drag and drop it here. Make it a bit bigger. And select all of those and delete them. All right, select this and delete. So for the third slide, we wanted to make it a bit more dynamic. So we are going to use some icons. I think the first one was internet. This one is a bit large, so I'm just going to make it smaller because we have to fit 3 icons on screen. The next one was this email icon. Again, make it smaller. And then the download icon.
Okay, I'm just going to go forward a little bit here.
Of course, I'm just doing this really quick. You want to spend a bit more time to make sure, they're all the exact same sizes.
Never mind.
Aligned perfectly like this, But for this, it's just going to work. Okay, 4th slide. Again, I'm just going to delete all this with backspace. This one is, let me see, criminal stealing password. Yeah, I think this is the one. Yeah, there you go, this is it. Put it here in the middle. And in the last one, again, select all those titles and delete them. I don't want them. And use this one with a criminal phishing. Phishing for your password. Okay, so this already is starting to look like something. It's getting a bit better. Let's see. I'm not going to spend much time on those first few slides choosing a color. Just going to go with white because it works fine. But for the last two slides, I think we can use a orange background. And the way you do that is you select the slide, right click anywhere on it, hit format background, and here on the right, just select a solid fill, and here on the drop down menu, just select whatever color works for you. In our case, we are just going to select the orange. All right, it's getting a bit better now. So now that we have all the designs in place, you want to spend more time. Maybe you want to write, the icon names like internet, email, and download. Add some text here as well. Do what you got to do. Fill up all the slides with all the design elements that you need. Now that we've done that, in our case, we need to add the voiceover now. So you want to add a voiceover to the first slide. So be sure to have the first slide selected. We're going to go through our asset files, and here's the voiceover. So just drag and drop it here and let go of it. There you go. This is our voiceover. And now we want to go to the playback tab and select display in the background. Because we want it to start automatically, we want it to hide during show, play across slides, and loop until stopped. No, actually we want to have this unselected. Also just, to be sure, I'm just going to move it outside of the actual slide. All right, so now I think it's a good time to play this as a slideshow to see how it looks and how it feels. And if you've used PowerPoint before, you know that during a slideshow, you have to move manually from one slide to the other with the keyboard buttons, just like right and left. This is Edward in a very generic video animation. He's working super hard to protect you from evil forces. So whenever you go online on the internet, open an email, or download some files, you are protected from evil hackers that are trying to steal your information by literally phishing your username and password from your laptop. Alright, that looks pretty good, but it's quite static. Even if the characters are moving, we have to add some sort of animation or transition between scenes. So let's do that. We're going to select this first slide, and to add an animation.
Okay, I'm just going to stop it right there for a moment. Okay, well, I'm just going to leave it at that because it's a 22-minute video and it's just going to take a really, really long time. But what I'll do is when I send off, the video link to this video that you're watching, I'm going to put the link, the YouTube link for the video that we just watched, in case you really want to put in that animation and move the characters and have those transitions within the slides. And so on, okay? Even between the slides, and he'll show you how to do all that kind of stuff. And I'm also going to put in another link. Never mind. I think I'll just leave this one link here, and it should be just enough, in case you really are interested in doing all those graphics and putting in, those animations and making that amazing PowerPoint video. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it at that, okay? Again, I'm sorry that I had to cancel the face-to-face presentations for all of November, but I'm sure you guys understand the reason for it and everything. But just keep it in mind that it's all about practice. It's, the way of the future. I mean, this is what people tell me, they're like, well, this is how it's going to be. We don't know how long, we're going to be in these lockdowns and working from home and so forth. But the whole experience of the coronavirus situation that began this year has changed our thinking. And this already. I'm not going to preach or lecture to you guys. But honestly, I just really need to emphasize that I too was really afraid. how am I going to teach, and how am I going to get my message sent to other people? And so since March, since the first lockdown, and when I started doing these YouTube videos, I don't know if I'm getting better or not, but I'm way more confident. My confidence in talking to a camera is so much stronger, so much better than it was way back in March. And so I do these videos actually probably very naturally now, even though I include all the mistakes and things like that. And the quality, of course, is probably not the best, but regardless, so I'm so much, I feel so much better doing this. I mean, I know that I'm going to make some mistakes sometimes, and I'm going to have to erase, the video or the video clip and begin from the beginning. But that's okay. I'm good with that. It just makes it, it's a part of my work now, and it's something that I accept. And I'm hoping that this experience of doing a video presentation for you, that eventually you'll, come to accept it. And then later in your life, and when you're going to be required or asked to do a video presentation, you'll also have that confidence to speak directly into the camera and deliver your message effectively and clearly, and your audience will have that they'll take home your message and be satisfied with what they saw. So good, guys. Okay, you guys take care of yourselves. Like I said, in my previous email, try to make the video presentation anytime, and you can send it to me anytime, even like now, even today, tomorrow. If you have a video presentation prepared, send it to me. That way I can watch it, I can make the comments and send it back to you, because I've got about 70 video presentations I have to watch. And if you're going to send them all to me on November 30th, boy, that's going to be a really long week for me watching a lot of videos. But I'm not going to complain. That's part of my job. That's nothing for you to worry about. Okay, everybody, take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.